Welcome to this week's episode of The Fierce Life. On today's episode, we're going to be joining up with Mossback Guides and Outfitters. Our good friend Doyle Moss is one of the best guides here in the West. And one of the privileges he has as a fantastic guide is taking out the governor tag hunters. So on today's show, you're going to see some fantastic trophies hitting the dirt. Stay with us.
See the big dead pine go to the right, 30 yards. See him walking? Walking to us.
Well, I've been on this ranch for a couple years now, and it's been some good bucks. But he just appeared. I mean, who knows where he imported from. But here's him on a horizon.
Holy smoke. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Shot more mule deer than anything. I've spent more time doing it. I love hunting them.
Wait, this is our setup tonight. This is where they've been seeing that buck come out. It's right at the back end of this hayfield right here. He looked like a big sucker.
Lay the hammer down on this moose.
Time to get fierce, baby!
Fierce Firearms presents The Fierce Life, brought to you by Jack Link's Beef Snacks, Feed Your Wild Side, Swarovski Optics, See the Unseen, Fierce Firearms, ferocious performance, deadly accurate, Barnes Bullets, optimized for your target, Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter, Cut-A-Back, more deer, fewer blanks, Rizzini USA, Sporting and Field over-under shotguns for the discriminating shooter, Limb Saver, Caldwell Shooting Supplies, Cryptek, Battlefield to Backcountry, Hunting Illustrated Magazine, the voice of the hardcore hunter.
Hey, it's the end of August 2015. I got a phone call last night from my good friend Doyle Moss, who is guiding the Colorado Governor's Tag Hunter, who actually is a customer of Fierce Firearms, Mike Kenney, who's shooting a Tie Edge 300 Win Mag scope with a Swarovski. And what he's hoping to take down with that rifle is a giant mule deer. Doyle and his team have a giant buck spotted, and I hopped in my truck this morning, took the 6-hour drive, just crossing into Colorado right now. Hopefully we can get in there tonight or tomorrow, find him and get Mike on him for a great shot. So we've got some giant mule deer action hopefully coming at you from Colorado. Stay with us.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Classic. Here we are, big fella. Come get it, big guy.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Fierce Firearms. Ferocious performance. Deadly accurate.
Well, we made it to Colorado and we've got Mr. Kenney here and he's getting ready to dial in his Fierce rifle. What do you think of that gun?
Oh, it's a nice gun.
Let's see if it can shoot, huh?
Yeah,
Because we got
really
some,
light.
We've got some important plans for that rifle. And especially the shooter.
Yeah. Well,
It's like doing it.
you see that
Part of it.
That's right. Being part of
So you saw this buck in June and he was just so-so, huh? Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
And then what happened?
he just started growing.
I've been on this ranch for a couple years now, and it's been some good bucks. But he just appeared. I mean, who knows where he imported from? But here's him on the horizon.
Holy smoke. Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's what dreams are made of right there, huh?
Middle of July, July 10th, I called him and said he was getting pretty big.
Buck, as best we can tell, is about 12 by 12, probably 35, 36 inches wide. He's been on this ranch for a couple months that we know of.
Seems to keep growing.
One of those deer, huh?
Yep. Pretty exceptional.
Did it get your heart pumping?
Oh yeah. I don't want it to pump too much, so for tomorrow. But yeah, no, it's a great deer. So.
Mike can hold it together when he sees that deer, because I don't know if I can. I'm gonna struggle just filming.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Hopefully we see him tonight.
Yeah.
We'll get some film of him tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
And then hunt him tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy. So here we are. The situation is it's the night before the hunt. I'm with Doyle and Mike, and we're hoping to go out and spot this buck so we can get a good look at him and to make sure this is the buck that Mike's after. We get out to the barn where they have been doing most of their scouting. As you can see, this buck is hanging out in the lowlands and is just coming into these alfalfa fields in the early morning and evening. So we were hoping to get a glimpse of this buck.
This is our setup tonight. This is where they've been seeing that buck come out. It's right at the back end of this hayfield right here. And we're just glassing tonight from this hay barn. We're over 700 yards right here, which is not an ideal shot on a buck this big.
Well, after scouting for a few hours, there's no sign of the giant buck. So tomorrow's opening morning, and we're just crossing our fingers and hoping that he shows up. So we got up very early. We were heading back to the same place, just hoping that this buck was going to keep coming into the alfalfa field. So that was the game plan. We're going to go get set up here in the dark, well before light, and just cross our fingers that that giant buck walks out so Mike can get a good look at him and hopefully get a shot.
There's a bunch of deer out feeding. Can't see anything yet. Hope he's out there. It's just about go time right here. We've probably got about 10 more minutes till the light's off. It's the second one from the right. Okay.
Wait for clears, wait for clears.
Barnes, the leader in bullet innovation, now offers hunters the ultimate in accuracy, terminal performance, and hand-loaded precision in a factory-loaded round. No time to hand-load, no problem. Barnes Vortex ammunition is available in center fire rifle, handgun, and safari calibers. Barnes, optimized for your target.
Sportsman's Warehouse is your one-stop convenient place to shop. Whether you're into camping, hunting, or fishing, our expert associates can help you find the gear you need. We carry a huge assortment of quality equipment from the best manufacturers in the country and around the world. We have guns, ammo, rods and lures, not to mention every kind of outdoor clothing for the whole family. You can shop in one of our fully stocked stores or visit us online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Come to Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Cryptek, battlefield to backcountry.
Well, hey, before we get back to the action in Colorado, we're going to join up with Mike and Sue Kenney as they pursue trophy elk. Mike's a fantastic customer of ours here at Fierce Firearms. He's been buying several of our rifles, and that's where the connection came in. He said, hey, John, I've got some of these fantastic tags. Would you like to come along and film my hunts? Both me and my wife, Sue. And of course, we said, you bet. Who doesn't want to see some of the biggest animals on the hoof? So that's what we have next. Here's some great elk footage with Mike and Sue Kenney.
I've hunted with Mike and Sue Ann for a couple years now in Arizona and Utah, and they're just a riot to hunt with. We always have a really fun time. In 2014, I was really excited because Sue Ann had purchased the Heritage tag in Nevada, which some of us guys started scouting in early June, setting cameras and scouring the whole state for the biggest bull we could find. And as we were scouting, we came across a giant 7x7 in 2014. And she passed that bull at 400 yards, and as you can see in the video, it's one of the biggest typicals you'll ever see. In 2015, Mike and Sue Ann both had the tags again as well together. In early September, we had found the bull she had passed the year before, the giant 7x7. This year he was a 7x8 and probably had put on about 30 inches.
It's a cool bull. Oh, just keep Sue Ann out of here. Keep Sue Ann out of here. I'm just kidding. If you guys get a shot of it, I'd be just happy for her as I would for me.
We were super excited that he came back and had grown and even bigger than he was the year before. We made a plan and got in position and tried to make it happen. A few days after Sue Ann had killed the new Nevada state record, scored 454 gross and netted in the 430s, it was Mike's turn. We had also found a giant perfect 6x6. We figured to be around 395 to 405 gross. And it took a few days, about 4 days. We followed that bull and we finally got in position. And
See his head poking out? See the big dead pine go to the right, 30 yards. See him walking? Walking to us. Go to the snag and then go to the right. He's coming out right there. See? See his body right there? Shoot again.
Mike made a fantastic shot on that bull. He netted almost what he grossed, just over 400. So it was 2 special giant Nevada bulls, and it was a lot of fun. This is what the Fierce Life's all about. Big thanks to the Kenneys for letting us come along on these fantastic elk hunts. It's been an awesome year.
Where have you been all day?
Where have I been? Working.
Really? Let's see your shoulder.
Look, no bruising.
The all-new AirTech Recoil Pad, available at retailers nationwide or online at limsaver.com.
Sportsman's Warehouse is your one-stop convenient place to shop. Whether you're into camping, hunting, or fishing, our expert associates can help you find the gear you need. We carry a huge assortment of quality equipment from the best manufacturers in the country and around the world. We have guns, ammo, rods, and lures, not to mention every kind of outdoor clothing for the whole family. You can shop in one of our fully stocked stores or visit us online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Come to Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Rizzini, sporting and field over-under shotguns for the discriminating shooter.
There's a bunch of deer I'm feeding. Can't see anything yet. Hope he's out there.
Closest one. Come on.
Clay's at you.
Head down. Last one. I can't
Second
see
one from the right. Okay.
No, I can't see
Wait
him.
for it clears, wait for it clears.
Now it's the last one, Mike. Last one. Just take your time.
Huh? Is he dead?
No.
Is he hit?
He's going to the right.
Did I miss him?
He's going down.
Still standing.
I didn't miss him.
Good shot, Mike. Nice shot, Mike. Congratulations. Good job.
So good for us.
So, Mike, have you hunted since you were a kid?
I've shot mule deer. First mule deer I ever shot was 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably been the species of my life. You know, I've shot more mule deer than anything. I've spent more time doing it. I love hunting them. You know, I get into later in my life where trying to complete my bucket list of big deer, and this one certainly is part of it. I appreciate Clay and Donnie doing all the work of finding this deer in Doyle, and it was meant to be. It was just meant to be. Yeah, I've been a lot of times.
Fierce, baby! Unbelievable! On the run, 700 yards.
That is unbelievable. Doyle directed me to the right deer. Oh, look at that thing.
Holy
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. Big dropper. Look at that right there. Holy mackerel.
Swing that head around here. Let's take a peek at that.
Look at the velvet on it. That's some kind of deer.
Oh, now he's got that extra thing going.
Yeah.
Extra spiker. Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Holy cow.
This is a deer. Yeah, we're on Dan's place, and he could have had a tag, and he didn't. He drew another one. So I got the opportunity to hunt this. I appreciate that. So this could have been yours. This is yours. You raised him. So look at all the junk up at the front here too.
How many scoreable, Mike?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 scoreable.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1 or 2.
I just think 1.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What a magnificent animal.
By 12.
Well, hey, here we are this morning on Mike Kenney's Governor's Tag hunt. As you saw from the video footage, he made a perfect shot with his Fierce firearms. Titanium edge and the 300 Win Mag. Barnes bullets did a number on this deer, and everything turned out as planned, huh, Donnie?
It sure did. It's been a long time coming.
What do you think of this buck, Doyle? He's
really special. I mean, these guys have been watching him all summer. Clay came over here and looked at him too, and just knew that it was a special deer to get Mike out of the bush from Alaska.
Mike just got off a moose hunt. He's been running hard to get here, and luckily you couldn't see him in your scope this morning, huh, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was a buck, and I could see that that it was big, and Doyle had kind of directed me to it. But yeah, I might have got a little buck fever.
Yeah, but he was focused on the front shoulder where he needed to be. Made a perfect shot, and the deer didn't go far. Humane kill on a, like everyone said here, just a special animal. They don't drill these every day, and it's just really a privilege to be a part of. Thanks for letting me come, and for our viewers at home, for Hunting Illustrated TV to take part. And really, I mean, you got to give credit to the animal. I mean, just magnificent. Whatever he's done, he did it right, huh?
He did.
If we could figure that out and sell it, we'd make some money, boys, because that's one incredible deer right there.
Dan feeds him right.
Dan did a good job.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deer.
But with Team Mossback, it's always a team effort. Doyle, if you don't know Doyle, very humble guy, and he always gives his team more credit than himself. And Clay here, Clay Hill, Donnie, Dan,
awesome,
and the crew.
Guys. Thanks, guys. You did an awesome job.
Our privilege.
They spent a lot of work out here finding this buck, and then of course Doyle's been here the last 4 or 5 days as well, watching and making sure this was the deer that Mike wanted to put his tag on. And Mike, now that it's in your hands,
he's magnificent.
Congratulations.
Thank
Great
you.
deer.
You
got bigger.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of The Fierce Life. Please join us again next week for more exciting action.